Hello everyone, welcome to another video, and this time I did update this land calculator script. So one of you did run into some errors by using this script. When you run this script it appears letter T, and because of that of course when I'm changing something, let's also took some time to improve it a little bit. And because I did complete this correction of the script some time ago, I didn't have time to record the video. So I did correct the logic for the fittings. It is in the same time very simplified and more accurate. I did delete all custom nodes from the script, and now the script works for metric and imperial units. I did receive this file and it was in this imperial system, and in previous or original script I did hard-coded millimeters in that message that you will receive when you run the script, but this time the script will read what you have as a project units over here for the length, and whatever you have as a project units, it will read that and it will show after the value. And because for the imperial systems you are not using unit symbol in Revit, that is why in first I was like, okay, when somebody is using a millimeters, we should read this unit symbol and that show as a message to the user. But when you are using feet and fractional inches, Revit over here does not have a symbol. So after the value we will show what is the name of the unit. Maybe grammatically it's not correct, but it is better than previously where I did hard-coded millimeters. And I think the final change is that the script will round up. So whatever you have as a project unit, either millimeters, meters, or anything, the script will try to create integer value and it will round up. And yes, also over here you can see that I'm using the script R1 for revision 1 Iron Python because this script works in the Revit 21. I did also create some improvements regarding to recognition of the units, because it's not the same from the version 21 and 22.3.4. So the script works with Revit 21 and all the versions that came after 21. But again, what was challenging while testing in different Revit versions is the Python engine. So in those older versions of Revit and Dynamo, for Python nodes it was used Iron Python. From I think Revit 23, Dynamo natively did work with the C Python. You can install upgrades for Revit 21 and the script will also work with C Python, but if you have old version of Revit 21, that is why I did create two separate files, one that is using Iron Python and the other for the C Python. Because if you install Revit 24 and you want to use this script, Python node will not work, and that is why you can use same script but it have -C Python. So the user sent me this as an example. We can select those elements and click run. So the script says that we have 147 feet. If we go and try to measure that by hand, because everything is at the same height, and let's also turn off. What we want in this case is cable tray fittings. Okay, so we are going over here. So in total 152. So we have some error, but it is small. So the script did total 147, but we have 3 point something error in this measurement. If we use another example, for example over here I did create some installation that go ups and down, and it has some branches. If we click on this element, go to the last and just isolate those elements over here. And now when I select those elements, run 195, and what I did do in order to check that, and we can create it again. So I will delete this one. I'll took same elements. I did copy those elements, and I will change the type. So we are using without fittings. And now for this kind of cable tray without fitting, all of this is one cable tray run. So if we go to the schedule, so cable tray run did tell us that in total we have 201 feet. Again, to check that error, so less than 3%. So the script works, I would say, very well, but I think with this simplification it is accurate enough. Anyways, you will need to add to those quantities maybe 20-30% for safety purposes, and you cannot also buy the lengths what you have in the model. You have standard lengths. It doesn't matter if it's for duct, pipe or cable tray, but you will need to add some quantity to that calculator. And let's also check what script does in background. So we did select some elements. Of course, we can run the script from Dynamo player. We want to separate basically elements that are straight elements and fittings and accessories and everything else. Curve length will give us the length of the straight sections, and over here, because for some elements like fittings we will have null values, now over here we are separating at the out part we will go with the values, and over here we will have the total length from the straight sections. Over here we will continue with fittings, and we want to know their length basically. So if we just show for a moment, so you can see over here that we did convert our elements to geometry. This is time consuming if you're running this script on, let's say, 3000 elements. In order to run this script on that many elements, it will take some time. We are converting geometries to bounding boxes, and then for 10 fittings we have 10 bounding boxes. And over here the Python node will actually determine maximal length for each fitting. And I did imagine to have some simple logic. So in coordinate system, just in order to simplify what the script is doing and how it will calculate the length. For example, if you have some T fitting, and for example that T fitting will, let's say, start over here, it will finish over here, and you also have some space for the branch. Now if we do not have changed the height in this case, so we are looking just some T fitting, what the script will do, it will receive this as a bounding box, and basically it will create a rectangle. So it will extend a little bit those boundaries. Okay, now when we have for each and every bounding box, when we have the length, we need to have a total length. Previously we did realize what is the total length for the straight sections, and now we need just to sum those two values. So we have almost 195. And now what was previously in maybe 10 different nodes, I did incorporate in only one Python node. So you will have some static text which will not change if you are using some different element. So the total length of the selected element is, and now it needs to round up that value and to show, and it also needs to read the units. So we will have everything over here as a string, and then we will just pass that information to the to this final node that will just show to the user that window. So now if we are using some other file, if you change the units and if you want to use that other script, just to show you that everything will work, I will create new project.